Welcome to the Kinkazoid Podcast, where you get some education on your form of stimulation. With your hosts, Royal, Chase, and Trey Proper. Buckle your seatbelts because it's going to be a wild ride. Let's get kinky.
Welcome. Greetings and salutations. It's your boy Trey Proper. We're welcoming you to another amazing episode of Kinkazoid. If you will, ladies, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Royal. No tagline necessary. Just recognize she's a queen.
What's going on, you guys? It's girl Chase. It's Hayes. Doesn't matter how you say it, as long as that flavor stays in your mouth.
All right. Okay, so let's get right on into it. Our sexual position of the week is the seashell. Hopefully we got that picture in enough time. But basically it is another variation of that. Oh, that shit you was talking. Whereas you, as an individual, you would place your lady's legs and try to put her knees to her chest. But in all honesty, the best way to do the seashell is with legs together. You get more wall stimulation as well as G-spot stimulation for penetration. I don't know if we got it up there. The diagram shows it. Her legs are behind her head, but you don't have to put them behind somebody's head. But the objective, in my opinion, especially if you're dealing with somebody with bigger thighs, you put the legs together and you're sliding in that way. You can have them elevated. She lays flat on her back. That way you can avoid the whole, my titties are going to suffocate me type situation, or, my fupa's in the way, all those other excuses or problems that people have. So what do you guys think of that?
I feel like those comments were very targeted. I feel like they were.
It wasn't targeted at all.
I feel like you was pointing it out for us specifically. That's what I feel like. Because you knew that was coming, okay? We got fupas, we got stomachs, we got that stuff. But
the reason why. Exact reason why.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all, well, I know y'all do, but if the rest of you guys are following me on TikTok or IG, but I recently I recently posted that ever since I turned 36, my knees have gone from Megan to Mildred, like real fast. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. Like putting the legs behind my head, like I can get them up there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all good with the what's that shit you was talking about. I don't know if I like this new version. I don't know if I can do that. I don't think this is for me. I don't think it is. I think I'm gonna listen to my 36-year-old body and say, you know what? It's some shit that I'm not supposed to be doing, and I'm fine with that. I am accepting of that. And Hubducer, I'm sure you're watching. No means no. That's all I'm gonna say.
Like you have a choice.
That's right.
All right, Chase.
I mean, if you can get those knees up, all better to you. I mean, you gonna get my knees as up as much as my stomach is gonna allow you to get them up. But yeah, I mean, we all love what's all that shit you was talking in the car position. It makes it gets deep down.
Get the
deep down where it needs to be. It needs to get deep down exactly where it needs to be. So yeah.
So it's less. I don't think there's really a concern about your knees because you're elevating the leg. You don't have to bend your knees. And if anything, you turn it into a frog position where your knees are bent, but you don't have to keep them, extending.
I'm saying getting those knees up because her knees are near her shoulders, her earlobes. So getting their knees up there. At the end of the day, my knees ain't finna reach up there. they ain't finna get up there with this tire swing in the middle.
But that's what I was saying. To avoid that, you just keep them elevated. You hold them up as opposed to pushing them back. Granted, you lose some of your cushion when you pushing it back and some of the pressure you're putting on it, but I'm trying to make it so it's accommodating for everybody. That was my objective of saying that stuff.
Oh no, I mean I can get my legs. I can cock my legs back. That ain't the problem. I think and your legs back. If you go out there and you get yourself waxed, I just got waxed yesterday, so the kitty is sitting all bald and pretty. But while the wax we were talking about it, she was like, I usually like doing the she said she likes people doing the happy baby pose when she really wants to get a little thorough in there. And I'm like, the happy baby pose, is that like when your legs go back? She's like, yeah. And I thought about it, I was like, you know what? Yeah. Babies do be happy when they be in that position. You know what? That makes a lot of more sense. Because I've had when I went waxed and it's the usual butterfly legs open, or you bend over and got to the waxer. It was only one time that somebody had me throw my legs back and did, I looked to the side, the mirror was right there, but he was just looking at me like, "Yeah, you know you a hoe. You know, them legs went back a little too easy. Okay? It's alright. It's okay."
Mm,
But, throwing the legs back definitely makes it easier, so I think any woman who goes and gets waxed and gets all that stuff handled, they know how to throw them legs back regardless if they are currently active or not. Um, but I think, that position definitely will, get you where you need to be some way, somehow.
You're
most
changing hearts
definitely.
and minds one elevation at a time. Yeah.
Your whole world's gonna open up, literally. So,
Mm.
you're gonna be
A
feeling some
whole
stuff.
new
You're gonna be feeling some
world.
stuff.
A new fantastic. Now that's gonna be stuck in my head all night. All right.
You
So
did it to yourself.
I did. I did. You know, I love me. So it's cool. I accept it. All right. So that was our sexual position of the week. The seashell, we had it demonstrated. Next up is our toys. So if you are a part of our Discord, make sure you join the Discord. Where we talk about all things freak and chic and everything in between. Kink and chic, I guess. I don't know, freak and kink, whatever. Works either way.
Together.
There was
Get
a
together.
toy. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm still recovering.
Mm.
Anyway, there was a toy that was dropped by none other than the Hubducer in our private producers Discord. He was like, "Hey, take a look at this," and I was like, "Yeah, that needs to go into Kinky Links." So I did some research. I found it. I had to find it because it's too wild. It is literally like it is the equivalent of my Switch, and you just put it in place and it goes. It goes. I don't know if you can put the picture up there, but it looks like a little rocket ship. I think it is called the what is it? The Universal something or other. Crap. Where's Kink Link? Sorry. Go into our Discord. Examples. Fleshlight.com is the website it's located on. And the Universal launch. Yeah, this thing it got different speeds, different rotations. You put your own little fleshlight into the middle of it, and it oscillates, rotates, and ultimately masturbates.
That joint looks serious. Okay. I'm not gonna hold you. It is doing a lot. Like it looks like an entire gaming console for real.
And it
Like
has a holder for your phone.
man, that's what I'm saying. And like, if you
That's
remember
elite.
the video, you remember the video that Hubducer put in. Dude had his
Hmm.
whole setup. Okay, I mean, like
Hmm.
he had his visual aid. The lights were dim. The music was going. He had several different types of lubricant. He was about to do himself very, very well. Okay, very
Facts.
well.
Facts.
I ain't mad.
Um,
I'm mad.
I like it. It looks like a mixer for, like, a dessert. Like, if you
a
had to put,
kitchen
like, the
art.
dough in there or whatever,
A
like,
kitchen
it gets you,
art.
like,
He's a
you
nice
know
like
but, like, it's a ship for Star Wars or something, like, Darth
yeah.
Vader's, like, this is Darth Vader Suck 'em Gut'em or something like that. It in the video, the man looked like he was set up for a lot. I don't recommend
He
nobody
did.
be using no Vaseline. Please don't use Vaseline on nothing
Please don't.
and
Oh my
Vaseline on
gosh.
nothing.
Please don't.
I feel like that is just gonna be so hard to clean, and that's no, 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 no.
Mm-mm.
Um, but I mean, if you got the oil, ready, whether it be or you got your different types of lubes and all that other stuff, ready to go. I don't see it being a problem. I mean, it got the thumb. It's like a controller. I mean, if y'all know how to play a game, y'all can play with just playing the game. It got the stroke and the thing it looks like it's fun. I wish I had a dick, honestly, because
So
of how it
I
looks.
was
I
I
would
was
be
gonna say,
afraid.
judging by the way it looks, because it has the holder, it basically holds a fleshlight. But supposing you found a phallus and you basically pointed it down and had the same type of rotation and controls on it for you guys, how would you feel about that? Because I
I
think that's
don't.
well within the realm of possibility.
I mean, that's basically the F in itself, but I think that's basically an upgraded F machine instead of it just going at a certain speed. I think it would be well, actually, literally the rabbit. That's literally the rabbit. It's
Mhm.
like going in and out on a certain
Mhm.
speed, rotating at a certain speed, like, on how you want it and everything. That's literally a rabbit. Like, that's
Mhm.
exactly what that does. I think
But
for having it in a way that is hands-free, would definitely be a lot better, and that's where you get the effing machine coming in. So I think if the effing machine and the rabbit came together, and then you were able to have that with like a simple controller, I think
Mhm.
that would be dope. I'm sure that they have that already, but I think that would be dope to have if the effing machine went in and out, and then also some way pivoted a certain type of way
They
or
have
whatever.
some that do that, at least from what I've seen. They have some that go in and out and like not necessarily like, pivot like side to side, but it's like a circular motion type of
Gotta
thing.
have a hip motion. Gotta have a hip. Sorry, I'm stopping.
Yes.
One thing
Yeah.
I say that the Rabbit doesn't have, it
I think
doesn't
the
have a
best
mount
nut
for
is
your cell phone. The cell, like, imagine having a cell phone mount there. So
uh, mm, uh, for me
if you're
personally,
into
I don't
porn,
need to watch
mhm,
anything to really I'm the type of person where I just do it just to do it. It's not like I need it or I'm horny. Like I literally just do it just to do it. I will come in here and then leave about my business like nothing happened. Just because
I
nothing to do
usually
with
do it
anything.
just to go to sleep, but like, and that's only
Yeah,
when,
it's usually it's my melatonin, but like it's just sometimes I just feel like doing. I could be
right,
like washing
but I
dishes.
need a visual aid though. Like I can't just like I can like don't get me wrong, I can do it like off of imagination sake and just I'm good, but it takes longer for me, and sometimes I just needed to be like wham bam, thank you ma'am, and get me in and out, like out for real. Okay.
No, I literally could be washing dishes. I'm like, my feels about yeah. I'm going right. And yep, go in my room, and then go right
It
back
can
in the
be like
kitchen like
that
it's
too
nothing.
though. And it's just like,
I
what?
just
It's funny because honestly, like I'll feel the urge to do it at the weirdest times. Like I could be frustrated or sleepy or what I'm saying? Like something that should not equal to I need to bust one real quick.
yeah, like, I could be really sleepy, and I'll be like, "Ugh, if I bust one, I'm going straight to sleep." Then I'm like then I wake up in the morning, I'm like, "Oh, well, I guess I was that tired, it didn't really
Didn't really
wasn't
do
really"
it. Yeah,
I
that happens
yeah,
to me too.
sometimes
Yeah.
I do like sometimes but I'm not a visual person either. I mean, yes, watching something, but I start looking at other stuff that doesn't need to be looked at. I'd be like, "Damn, they couldn't
Mhm.
have moved the couches together more?" Like, it's stuff that doesn't even make sense. But audibly, that's why my categories are lesbian and solo male because it's just the audio of it gets me going more than the visuals of anything.
Right.
solo male. So
Solo
dudes
male?
just
Yeah, solo male.
this
Like they just like with women. You know how you have masturbation
Mm.
videos for women. Men do it too.
yeah, you're right. I didn't know they existed, but I
Yeah,
now
you
I
just
do.
like, you got, like, a lot of, "Yeah, you my dirty slut, you gonna come for me?" Like, just and
They
talking
they
shit.
got close up on their eyes so you just see
Yeah.
the intensity.
No, but, like, I like my go-to and only one I do is It's a Nut Bae, or just strictly It's a Nut. You can find him on Twitter. This is straight,
His
like,
name?
abdomen. Huh?
His
Yeah,
name
It's
is
a Nut.
Internet. Okay.
It's a Nut. ISSANUT.
Oh,
Um It's just chest down, and that's all he's doing is just and he gives you like 6 to 10-minute videos straight, like, of just talking, you
mm.
know, reapplying oil and all the other stuff, and he lets you know maybe like a good 30 seconds or so before he about to come, and it's it's good.
Is there a market for big men to do that if they can hide their faces?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, it's
I'm
called
sure there
record
is.
showing your
I'm
face.
asking for a friend. Asking for oh, should I got forum? I'll wear sleeves. There we go. I'm joking. I would never do that shit. Like
Oh,
there's
where's
no
these? The from hand to elbow? That's what you're gonna do?
I would have to because
You would have to.
you would
You would have to.
recognize the crush and smash. It would be on there. Church finger.
What's going on in these,
Happening in
what's going on in
comment.
these
Please.
comments?
Go ahead.
Let's see. Some of us are working still. Sorry, guys. Okay. Boss, hey, honey. Corey says, now I'm here. Mr. E.
Aw,
Washington,
thank you,
hello. Hello, what's
Corey.
up? Samantha, hey, goddess. I have shiny ball syndrome. Watch for 2 minutes and I'm over it and on to the next visual. Yeah, pretty much. Corey says stretch
Period.
finger exit. And is that marble? What does that say?
Marbo?
Marble? Marble? What's
Marble
up? What I
fighting.
missed? You missed a toy being
I
talked
did miss
about.
a
Does
toy,
it
a
come back
toy,
The
on
a
Dark
toy,
Vader
a hell of
5?
a toy.
universal launch.
But you know what? It's funny that Samantha says that because I have shiny ball syndrome too. Like I'll see something and I'm like, okay, that might be interesting. And then I'll click on it and it's like, it's not holding my interest. So it's like, okay, next. next. Like I'll put on the video and then I might not actually want that video, but I want the genre. So it's like I'll put the video on and then I'm scrolling to look for something underneath that genre. If that makes sense. I mean,
Man, I be wanting to look on the popular pages sometimes, but everything is stepmom this, I did this with my stepsister, and it's like,
everything.
ugh, get out the
Trash.
house. Dang, man, it's just, it makes me sick. Anyway, but then I'll just try to go to like a category and try to find something else that's not dated back in like the 2000s or whatever. It's hard out here for a pimp. Just try to find something that like everything video that caters to you, because sometimes I'll try to watch the hardcore ones because for obvious reasons, and the hardcore ones is just like aggressive faces and noises, and it's like
Aggressive
y'all
faces.
forcing it at this point in time, like doesn't even make any sense. Then of course you can't watch BBC because there's a lot of Blanca Mujeres in there. So like, okay, so all right, and then we try to go to something else, and it's just like you can't get what you want in one thing. So, but whatever.
It really screws with your me time. I understand. It's very frustrating to have to deal with that because even on the male side of the game, unless you're into that, which more than it's tailored towards men, so I know there's a lot of weird guys out there. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna kink shame you. I'm not gonna call you weird for having step fantasies, but that's why they're making it, because certain type of people out there buying it, and that's what they're into. But I can't stand it. I can't. Like, and it's so bad that they'll take videos that are old videos. Somebody will upload them and say, "This is me and my stepsister." Like, no, that is Lacey Duvall and Mr. Marcus
Yeah, like
from
they'll title
19.
it like, and I know that's not the scene. Like the scene is
Yeah.
totally different. It has nothing to do with one or the other, but you're like titling it something totally different to go to a certain audience. And I'm like, why are we so infatuated with this type of storyline? Like, I think that's so weird. I think the only thing that would not make it weird is like, okay, like your boyfriend and girlfriend and your husband and whatever, and then y'all's parents decide to get together. Like that makes it a little awkward and weird. Together first, y'all decided to like ruin everything, and get
Mhm.
together, like as our parentals. But I don't. I personally don't what the big whoop is about it. Like, I guess I think it's one of those secrecy kind of things. But beforehand,
Mhm.
on what used to come up was like those ads from like Brazers on Orange YouTube, where it's
Mhm.
just like the I'm in the office and I'm trying to together on Zoom while somebody's sucking my cock. Like some like lame little sped up video or some version of it. But those were like usually on the popular explore page of Orange YouTube.
Right.
And now it's a whole bunch of step to the step. And next thing you know, it's gonna be at the actual thing. And I'm like, that's
Bad dog,
odd.
right?
That's
Yep.
weird. A little
I think
weird.
that's, and I honestly, for some people, I guess that's what the fascination is, because it's like one of the most ultimate taboo things, right? And so maybe that's what the thrill of it is for them. It's like this is the biggest taboo without taking it a step further into full on I word. So I mean, again, I like you said, Candace, I don't Chase, I don't know what the thrill of it is for other
Uh,
people. But
Like, or
whenever
the pregnant one. I know we talked about the pregnancy one before too, but I don't that wears me out just a little bit. Like, I know, and say much, but, I don't get why someone would wanna do that.
especially when I'm
Well,
pregnant
and
with somebody else's
I'll say
baby.
this, as the pregnant as the host,
Mhm.
I don't know why you would wanna do that, like, on that scale. Not talking about, like, you know, if I'm single, blah, 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 and I gotta do what I gotta do, okay, cool. But I'm talking about in that showcasing, like, work-wise,
Mm.
like, I don't see why a host would wanna do that. Like, that's, like it's just, like, before I even came into this world, you had 80 people meeting me about maybe 3 to 5 inches away from my face. Congratulations, we'd love to see it. Samantha said,
Oh,
rematch royal. Yes, that's me. Also said, if I record myself and rewatch it, it remedies this shiny ball syndrome. That's the only thing that works for me. Like, yeah, I like watching my own stuff.
I do not.
That's
I do
I
not.
like watching my own stuff.
I can't stand watching my own stuff. And it's not even because of the visual, it's the fucking audio. Because I am one of those people. I am one of those people. Like, I don't like to hear women like overdo it on Orange YouTube, right? But then it's like, I listen to myself. And then it's like I listen to myself and I am extremely vocal. So it's just like, oh my God, could you just shut the fuck up, please? Just let him do what he do. So yeah, I'm not I can't watch it. I cannot watch it. Now Habdooster, he can
Mhm.
watch it all day long. Not me. I can't.
I have got a tripod. I've got two tripods now and two stands for cell phones, and I've got two cell phones. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun time summer. Yeah, I don't mind watching my stuff back. I enjoy watching my stuff back. I hate pregnancy videos. I can't. I don't even like anal porn. So I can't even like. When it
Not
comes to porn, I'm
subject.
very prudish. Say again.
Not as the main subject. I mean, if it
You
happens,
know.
I guess it happens, but not as the main subject now.
Hey, Q.
What's up, Q? Even
Jamaica said, "'Cause there's a market for it." Genocide Circus says, "Pampers and formula don't come cheap." Alright.
Fact.
And then Q said, "Hey, hey, beautiful people." I'm not entertaining nothing.
wait a
I'm not.
minute, Trey. What I say wrong? I'm not a fan of anal. I'm not a fan of watching anal. I'm a fan
Who
of
said that
performing
you
it.
said anything wrong?
No, she said you'll see it, but she says,
Wait.
"Wait a minute, Trey."
Okay.
There you go. But yeah, that's my personal preference when it comes to porn. I like regular vaginal intercourse porn,
Mm.
POV, cowgirl, reverse cowgirl, shit like that. Put it on the wall. I like that stuff.
Discovered I discovered this is compilation videos help a lot. So
I love compilation
came
videos.
up where it was like, I was something, I can't remember what, but it was just like coming, riding, and I'm like, "Okay, let's see what it's all about." And it was beautiful set,
Right.
nice bed, it was a POV, like, the light from the window coming in, like, it was a beautiful scenery. I'm just one of those people, I like a clean scenery, like, everything else can get nasty, but I like a
Mhm.
clean scenery, right? And she riding reverse cowgirl, and she was just going. I mean, she was doing the damn thing, and he had already started coming in her when the video started. And I was like, "Oh wow, we were already horny as soon as we 001. We were already horny. This is crazy." But yeah, like she was just riding. It was a beautiful thing, and she just was like having a good time. I was like, "Wow, this is really nice." And then she started squaring, and he came, and then she put that
Look
thing
at that
right back
video.
up in there, and then squaring
But
it.
Send me that.
And it
it is
was good.
is
Yeah,
there a
there
link?
was like this.
You need to send that to us.
They have literally like long, like, because I look, you know how if you keep scrolling, it shows you other videos like by this user. They have
Yeah.
mad videos. It's the same thing. No face, no case, reverse cowgirl, squirted and
Okay.
coming. Just
Where the link
continue.
at, man? Just send it.
Yes,
And
yes.
it's
We
just a
have a
nice
Discord
clean
for that
video.
very reason.
Yeah, and like so at one point and then Shorty did the you know how in the dance moves they'll be on their knees and then they pop up on their feet? Shorty did that and was right. I said, "You better
Wait,
pop up."
on the
You
DM?
realize I'm getting angrier
Yo,
the more you tell us about
that
the
joint
video. I
was
want to see
crazy.
this
I was
joint,
just like,
Joe.
"This is a
Okay,
good
but now
time,
I'm
man."
thinking she doing
It
all
was
the
a
Hands
good
find the
time.
video. Go.
I
Um,
had to find it, but it was a good time. But I was just like, and then I was just like, "Man, I could do
you
that."
you gotta know, like we got a
I
whole cavalcade of freaks over here. We want to see shit. So
Yeah, but I think
while
I think
I'm in
if writing was a thing
shit.
for
So
me, I
am
think
I
it would have to
cute?
be
No.
I think it would have to be reverse cowgirl because back in the day in my younger 20s, reverse cowgirl was kind of my zhuzh, but I think I have to get back. I find the right person to get back
I
into it.
kind of miss 20 years,
Yeah,
20-year sex. 20-year-old sex was fun. It
20-year-old
was a
sex is so different.
Early
So
20-year-old
different.
sex was fun.
Early
20-year-old
20.
oh,
sex now is
you
cool.
think I got a
It's
kid?
cool.
This 37 right now, man. My knee is like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? We can't. No. What are you trying to put? You trying to put on the back of her neck? No, stop it. What are you doing? So,
No.
yeah,
Yeah, man,
can't do it.
it's fucked up that, and I mean, I get it because our bodies are changing, we're getting older, but it's your sex life changes as you get older, and it's like it's
Yeah,
I know you want that old thing back or whatever, but listen, we too old for the old thing, I think,
man.
honestly.
Fountain of youth. I'm diving in that jump head fucking first. I lose all the grays. Oh man, I get to have abs again. Ha! I love it.
But the gray
Love
is
it.
Well,
distinguished though. The gray is a
They
good thing.
do. They do, and I get good reviews off the Grays. However, I was a totally different beast back in the day. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Joseph Q
Just
said,
jump in with a just jump in with a swim cap on the face. Just keep this part right here.
Fair enough.
Joseph Q said, all these tripods, Genocide Circus says, it is nasty to F in the butt. You never go ass to mouth. Only
No, you
tripod
do
I wish
not.
I
Who the hell is
had
saying
was
that
me.
out?
I has was me. Q said, Trey is so intrigued. And Corey said, get in the gym, Trey. Well then.
Corey.
Hey Corey, mind your goddamn business. Okay? Mind your business.
Keep telling people
My
that
ain't
gym.
no amount of squats gonna fix somebody's knee that's been fucking dislocated. So again, mind your business. Thanks for watching though. Yeah.
I keep
I like the
telling
video on
people
your way out.
no amount of gym, like because I go to the gym too, and
I didn't
I
say I'm out of breath. I
right. No,
said
my
my fucking
knee
knee
is
is
still
fucked
fucked
up.
up. I'm 36 years old. And listen, okay. Like I told y'all, Megan to Mildred. That's what the fuck I am. Okay. Because right now my knee is busted and I can't do shit with it. So yeah, any
Hmm.
type of anything, any sexual activity from here on out, Hubducer better lift them legs because that's all that's happening. Okay. I cannot.
No,
Only
when in missionary,
Yes. You
I
said what?
can I can keep my own legs up at missionary for a
I can keep my
minute,
legs
but
up in
then
missionary.
there's a point where they give, and that's it. And that's
Mhm.
why I ask men, "What's your deadlift? What's your bench press? What's this? What's that?" Because I need to know, not off of like, "Ooh, that's horny for me." Nigga, no, I need to know if you legs up. Like I need to make sure that that's something that can be done. I mean,
Got it.
they get tired. I mean, yes, could working out definitely help that? We're working on that slowly, daily, but surely. But it's just one of those things where you gonna have to hold them bitches. I mean, if you want it, you gonna get it. But you gonna have to have Shirley and Burley on your shoulders while you doing it.
Shirley and
So
Burley. So we calling them?
mhm,
Okay. All
Shirley
right.
and Burley, hefty, hefty, hefty.
so we predominantly been talking. I'm ignoring him now because he's just
Not
being a troll.
accomplished. She's so stupid.
Like, but predominantly we've been talking about me time. So I'm stealing your question because I'm transitioning into it anyway. And I'll give you your credit. Miss Royal actually wanted to ask this amongst ourselves as well as to you out there in the comments. What does your me time look like? What do you do to get yourself in the mood? What are you setting up? Are you doing anything like the guy from the original video that was posted who has music playing, his favorite video, an assortment of lubricants? What do you do? Me personally, I'll go first. I am a iPad, coconut oil, laying on back, chilling out, necks propped up. That's all I need. Headphones in, lock my door because people want to be ignorant,
It's hard to say.
and go to
Shit.
town. Go to town.
Yeah,
Excuse
I
me.
don't necessarily need any like ambiance or anything like that. Like,
Oh, the
I
lights
just
got to be off too. Man.
the lights got to be off. I'll say that much. Because I can't. I just the light up above me in my face. It bothers me, regardless if it's me time or us time. But yeah. Make sure my door locked. Make sure I got a good visual stimuli, and then I go to work. That's it.
Real quick, now that I have new toys in my repertoire, I'm gonna be changing it up now. I'm gonna have mood lighting for my shit. It's gonna be on and popping. Let's go. Let's go.
I
All right,
mean,
better.
if you talk about moonlight lighting, my shit is like it's pretty much automatic because I have LED lights in my room anyway. Because as a compromise, because I need like some type of light when I go to bed. We
Hmm.
have like this blue light in the background, so we got moonlighting already. So I turn the light off, and it's just so I mean,
Now is it the clapper or is it a snap? What do you how you you guys
no,
get up and hit a
it's
switch or
a
you got a
remote.
remote
It's
for it?
a remote, yeah. We have
Okay.
a
All right.
Chase.
I'm waiting for
Um,
you.
so when it comes to my me time, like I told you guys, I literally could just bust in 3.5 seconds and it doesn't matter to me. But if it's something that I wanted to quote unquote mean something, um yeah, it's pretty much the same setup. It's just I actually take my time. So I don't move the bob to the highest speed in under 3 seconds just to get it over with. I
Mhm.
let it slowly build. Um and I make sure it's nighttime, obviously, especially when I wanted to take my time, whatever. I make sure it's nighttime. And yeah, I let it slowly build and I don't use hands. I just let it sit there, do its thing, until I get to a certain point If I really, 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 really want to experience something, I'll have an insert and something at the same time. Once that explodes, it's just it's a good time, but there's no, like, candles, there's no dim lighting, there's no exciting stuff going on.
Mhm.
The most I'll do is if I'm feeling really eccentric is somebody's gonna get a video with a nice ring light, nice lighting and everything like that, nice visuals, open up, completely. So, other than
Okay.
that, yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna say this, if you really want to experience something, try self-edging.
Yeah, I did that a couple of times.
Look at Trace face, he's like, "Nah."
I
No, no,
don't,
no.
I
I'm
will
a for
say that it
it.
was but it wasn't beneficial to me because then I couldn't come again afterwards, and it
Oh,
was, like, right there wanting to, but I couldn't because it was too sensitive, so now I would have to wait, and that's annoying because like, I'm just trying to, you know, get her
Fucked up
and
your
everything.
refractory period.
Yeah, but I will say in one time of me just, experimenting, seeing what to do, I I think I told you guys the week beforehand or something like that, or was I talking to somebody else on another show? I can't remember. But anyways, I found out that it's a stand-up, you know, mixing that macaroni and cheese, there's a lot of water that gets excreted out. Not like no fire hydrant or anything like that, but the toy get wet, my hand get eyes get wet, everything, and that's pretty much it. Mhm.
mhm.
Ready. Yeah.
So you learn something new every day.
So I have we've talked about sending out pictures, and you both have made mention of recording stuff and everything. I have I like to be tossed the fuck around, so I'll ask about strength as well. Sorry. Um I want to know. So say you've been talking to somebody for a while. This is an audible question. Been talking to somebody for a while, y'all stop talking, then y'all meet back up, and they ask for a video. Do you want a brand new video? Like, are you expecting to get something brand new, fresh out the box? Like, or can it slide past with a video that he already sent out before, like an older video or something?
If it was unsaved before, he can send the same one, but if it's been saved in the Snap and I mean,
Hmm.
I would like
I
a
would like
new
a new
video,
one.
but if
Okay.
it's not if it's too much to ask in the time being, like, sure, but I would like one.
Okay. Follow up question. So, is it okay for a guy, or I guess anybody, is it okay for anybody to update their sexting arsenal, so to speak? So, me personally, I haven't sent them out in a while. It's been a long time since I've had to send out anything like that. And
Mhm.
also finding out that y'all want to hear the fucking sounds we make, because I'm usually quiet as a church mouse, because, yeah, I don't make a whole bunch of noise when I'm by myself. So now I've had to add that in as well as lighting, make
So you
sure my
don't
fucking
breathe
floor is
heavy?
clean.
Like, you don't breathe heavy when you're masturbating? Like, there's no
No, no.
like, there's no nostril blowing, like, you don't
Because
there's
so
nothing.
I'm also a homosexual, you know where I'm living at, so I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
be as loud as I want to be. But also
yeah.
years of that through my adolescence, you couldn't really be like that anyway. So naturally, when I'm masturbating, it's quiet. It's you
Completely
keep
on
No,
it.
mute.
no, no, I get
Completely
what
on
you're
mute.
saying. I get what you're
Mhm.
saying 'cause I'm the exact way. It can be mute up in this
Mm.
hole. Like, you don't know what's
Yeah,
going on. Like, I get that.
yeah.
Um,
The walls are
but
shaking, but you don't know why.
if I send somebody something, I'll make sure that I have, like, those headphones that have the microphone attached to it. So, like,
Mm,
you're visually getting something down there, but you also have the microphone close enough to me that you're hearing something.
Mhm.
mm.
Or, like, I'll have it that I'll just send you an audio snap just so you have just something to for you. Like, if you're a person who gets off of audio or whatever, just to hear it, because some dudes just wanna hear you moan. They just like hearing you moan, whatever. So, I'll send you
Yes,
that or whatever. But if I can, I'll still send you even if I don't have a microphone close to me, I'll still send you something, but I won't be as loud. I'll give you the face, but I won't give you as much noise. Like, you'll probably get, like, a whimper here or there. So
I
Totally get
need
that.
noise. I need noise. I understand why you can't, but I need noise. Now, me personally, I'm not big on reciprocating that. But ultimately, as of fairly recently, I've been trying to change that. So I had to make a new video essentially to send out. So I was just curious, like, can I get away with throwing an
So
old one in
wait,
there?
you've been repeat offending the same video to different people?
I have not. No, I mean
Okay.
to different people if she's never seen it before. But it's been so long. I haven't sent anything in a long time.
Wait! So you mean to tell me when it's a person that you send a video, if you've never sent a video to, you send an old video, you don't send like a new one for them?
It depends on the situation, in all honesty. If it's if I'm in the mood, I'm in my place, and yeah, I can send it right then and there. But if I'm like out in the street, I'm not gonna pull over on my car and rub one out in the car while I'm not doing that. No,
No, no,
I
no,
gotta
no,
be in
no,
the mood.
no. I'm saying, like, there's a time and a place for it. What I'm saying is, like, if there's a
Mhm.
request sent out, I'm not saying that you have to send it FedEx overnight, next day shipping. I'm saying, like, when you get time to, then you'll send it.
Hmm.
Because I because
Yeah.
like because like at one point in time when I didn't give a fuck and I was screaming fucking niggas every point 5 seconds. Like, I had no problem taking what I've sent to someone else because I was like, "Yo, that's a good video, and I need it needs to make it rounds." So it is what it is. But
Regifting
then
videos.
I was thinking about it, and I was just like, "You know what? Each video for each person holds something different." And I don't want you to think that the energy that I'm giving in this video was meant for you, because then you're gonna think like, "Oh, damn, like, she really wants me," and it's like, "Nah, I really wanted that old dude, but I just sent this to you because I didn't feel like making another one." But I want
Mhm.
you to really understand how I feel about you. So if you're a person I don't wanna make a video for, you finna get an audio snap, or you finna get a titty pic and then
I
call
was
it a
about
day.
to say, if it's
If
somebody
it's
I don't want to make a video for, I'm just not
yeah, but if
gonna.
you're a person but that's what I'm saying, like, you're gonna get a titty pic or you're
Mm,
gonna get an audio snap. But if I'm really fucking with you, you finna get this ring light, chicken breast hangover,
not
all
chicken
this shit
breast.
all open and shit, you know? But it just depends. It just depends, and I don't wanna repeat something, and you're like,
Mhm.
"Ooh, damn, you did all that for me." Yep, all that for you.
Until he go compare notes with his homeboy. Wait a minute, you got the same thing? It was the same date.
I don't run in
Uh,
the same circle. I did that one time,
joking.
and them niggas was
Just
bitches and
joking.
was talking about me. So stupid.
Mm. Now, I would recommend not to do that. Go ahead.
Who? What?
I thought she was about to say something. My bad. Okay. But yeah, no, I'm not regifting videos. I have in the past when I was talking to multiple people, but there may be somebody who recently made a request to me, and I'm like, all right, I'll make a video. Sure. Why not? So I went ahead and made that video. I haven't sent it out yet, but I'm just debating like, how often should somebody update that video? Like like I'm just curious of what the parameters for that would be. But, that's just me. All right. Anything else on that?
Oh, I'm just like, okay, so how often should you update the video? I'm thinking like at least like once every couple months or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you just you sending out the same stale video for how long?
They don't have expiration dates on them, Jay. It's not like we in high school and I'm going through puberty and you see the growth of my body over time. Like I'm not gonna drastically change.
Some things do change. I
I've
mean,
been
like
gifted.
you said, the energy stuff, that could be different. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I'm just be sending out the same
Well,
thing over and over again.
mm,
Over and over
Circle back to it
again.
like every couple months. Mm.
No, I feel like it should just make new videos. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just make a new video.
fair enough. Fair enough.
It's something that it can be quickly or something that you can put thought process into. It's just make a new video. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not sending nobody a video that's over a minute long. Okay, unless I'm really like I think I've only did that a couple times and it was like one person and I was really on some horny shit. Like other than that, you finna get these 4 to 5 clips on Snap and that's it. Like that's what you
Who
finna
said,
get. Like
the video is not milk, it don't spoil? Listen, Corey, okay, I have
I
been
know.
with my husband for, I don't know, what, like 8 years now, and he know what my stuff look like, okay? But I'm not gonna send him, I mean, I got pictures of my I mean, no, I got pictures with me holding it open, and I got my nails done. I ain't gonna send him the picture that I had when I didn't have my nails done. I'm gonna give him the whole package. We gonna
oh
get the
dang, I
whole
gotta
deal.
send that picture out tonight. But the point is, oh look at I got new nails, guys! Yay! They look so
Okay, let me
cute.
see.
Trying to
Oh,
get on screen.
I don't know if I could oh, there we go.
Not Obama. You know what?
Yes. Nice 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 grippers, nice new grippers. Who's trying
Yeah.
to get gripped? We love a
You're
good
over
gripper.
here with Blockbuster Video.
Trey sending videos with Obama giving speeches in the background. Shut up,
Wow.
I'm
Stupid.
dead. But, I mean, like I said, you don't have to send, like, exclusive content. Like, I'm not saying you gotta have a green screen set up and everything like that. Like, it's just quick little something, something.
Mhm.
Snap is a blessing, but I will tell people, if you vote with somebody the long way, save the snap and then send it to them in the chat so they can have it. Don't just send it to them and then you just get to watch it one time. Unless it's supposed to be a one-time video, like it's supposed to be a teaser. Then yeah.
Wait,
But like save it,
Mhm.
send it to them in a snap so they can have it. Like don't be an a-hole just be sending this people
yeah,
to so it
that's
disappears.
like that's the ultimate tease. That is just frustrating. No, because some news they be sharing. I'm not sure you ain't no videos of me. Well, you can't tell us
Well,
me.
I will say
Nothing has
this.
ever made the light of day from
I've
my inventory.
I've
Mhm.
discovered thank you for the gripper appreciation. I've discovered that a person close to me um shares the videos that he gets from other women to his homies that he's known for
Nope,
800 years.
No.
nope.
And, I kinda I went in on him because 'cause I'm like he's like, "Well, why would" she was like, "Well, she could be sending the same thing to other dudes, and she's sending it unsolicited. Ask for these pictures. I didn't ask for none of this. She sent them to me willingly." And I'm like, no, like I get that part, but that doesn't mean to then go and shoot it in the group text and be like, hey, yo, look what this shorty just sent me. Like, that's just, it's not cute. Like, it's not.
It's
And he was
not.
like, oh, so women don't do the same thing. And I said, and they do. And I still don't think that's cute. Like, I understand if like you're getting unsolicited D pics and you're like, look what this dude just sent me. We all do it. I'm not going to sit here and say women don't do it. We do it. But I don't think it's right to be doing that
But do
either.
you tell the girlfriends who that guy is when he does it? Do you like say this is Tyrone?
Yeah, that makes it worse. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just like I feel like with dudes, it's just be like, yo, this shorty from whoever just sent this to me. And it's like a no face, no case situation. Sometimes it's not a no face, no case situation because I've seen the faces and the cases all together. So
Right.
it's like it's not right for you to do that. Like if she sent this to you with hopes that it just is stays to you, keep it to you.
Mhm. Yeah,
That's supposed to do. You are involved in certain things and they knew they was being recorded or taken a picture of whatever. I mean, that's something that you have to have the discussion with somebody else. But for you just to be sending that to people like that's not the I was like, what if somebody sent a picture of me? Like and you're like, oh, that's different. We have a whole different like relationship. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the connection of the
Yeah.
two. He was like, I mean, I would tell you, I would hope you would do more than just tell me. I would hope you would rectify and check your niggas. I hope that would be like the thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things where I feel like if you send something to somebody, that's just in hopes that they keep it to themselves. That's and I
Mhm.
think that's the biggest fear is you're now the topic, and I think that's what some men and some women don't understand when people say like, "I don't know about sending you something that, you can hold on to or you can have or you can save." It's just like, I don't wanna be your next group chat topic. I don't
Mhm.
wanna be that.
nobody does.
So, like,
I will
yeah.
I will admit to this in my youth when I was younger and I was just starting my cocksmithship. I did share some things. It
Mhm.
was never, and at the time, my rationale was, this isn't my real girl. This isn't somebody I'm taking serious. This is a jump off. I've done stuff like them in the past, but ultimately it came back to bite you in the ass because if you have somebody who's not really on your team and Shorty is around, like, I seen that, but he showed me everything. Some dudes can be petty like that just to fuck up your flow, just to fuck up what
Right.
you have going on. So that's a lesson that I had to learn at a younger age. Then now I'm older when I'm dealing with somebody on that level. I don't plan on sharing any aspect of you. Like, no. If we get to that point where we sharing shit back and forth, use mine. I'm yours. Nah, no, can't nobody else see shit. No, fuck that. And just on GP, if one of my homies does show me something, I shut the fuck up about it. Like, oh, that's cool. I'm not
Mhm.
saying nothing. I got no comments to add in, none of that shit, because that's something that's private between y'all. That shit, I personally hold it sacred. So
Mhm.
whenever somebody blesses me with something, it's like, oh, you must really like me. This is staying with me. Fuck that. You ain't getting my phone. Like, nope, nope, nope. None of that shit. I got a separate hard drive with all my debauchery on it that ain't nobody gonna be able to get into except in me. So they just got directions to drown that bitch if they ever anything happens to me. They don't. Yeah, don't hook it up. It's gonna put a virus on your phone.
Oh,
But yeah, it's encrypted. Um, checking out the comments on YouTube. Yeah, let's see. So some dudes be sharing for real. Yes. That's from Dosa Q. Dosa Q. Yeah, that's a no. See, you about to stop the new trains from Q. Don't stop the new train. No, no, she's married. Let me stop.
mhm.
Shut up, Trey. I'm not sharing my friends' pics. My pics. The girls share. Yeah, don't girls share news in between each other? Like, don't y'all be like, girl, look at my titties today. They look fat or some shit like that.
I mean, I've never personally sent my boobs to a friend. I've never done that. But
Mhm.
I've told my best friends, like, "My ass at the bottom looks hideous," and, like, it's not that bad, and they look and they're like I only laugh because it gave me beforehand. But anyway, like, I don't it's not weird for me, like, I've helped friends and stuff like that, so obviously we've seen body parts or whatever, but, like, I don't exclusively send videos or snaps or pictures between my friends, like, "Doesn't this lingerie look really cute on me? Doesn't this blah, blah, blah?" I mean, I shared a video with Royal, like, a couple weeks ago,
Mhm.
but that was just, like, kinda like, "Girl, look why you stood on these niggas real quick?" But, like, other than that, like, that's pretty much it.
I
Okay.
mean, listen, I sent her a couple of pictures, but not necessarily like nudes or nothing like that. It's just
Mhm.
like I don't know. It was one set that I was wearing on the show, and I was like, "Yo, this dress is like really fucking short." And I mean, like it came like right below my cooch, so it was short. So I was just showing her the dress
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So
Okay.
yeah,
About to get
and
in trouble. You about to get in trouble.
Yeah, that's an inside house
He's
dress.
wait.
That's an
He's wait.
in-house dress.
inside
Here's
the
some
house
footsteps
dress.
coming up the steps. The fuck? All right.
Mhm.
Boss Designs. I will compliment. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't finish reading those accused. Yeah, I'm not showing my friend's picture. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that one just hit home. Yeah, right. And Boss Designs. I will compliment my friend in person, but I'm not sending them any pictures. Facts. Okay. I don't know. I'm
You know,
just
pictures to your friends, they gotta be somebody that you really, really trust, like no friend of me type bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
facts.
we can't
Mhm.
be in constant competition or nothing. Like, I'm not gonna send you nothing. But I don't send out nudes anyway. Like, only person I send nudes to is my husband. But, like if it's lingerie or if I'm trying, get your opinion on a dress, I'm trying to show you
Mhm.
something. Speaking of Chase, I still need to send you that picture with
I
the guy.
literally just thought that in my head. Let me do
Yeah.
that now before I
Yeah, I'm gonna do it
forget.
right
I
now.
just thought about that.
But yeah, like outside of that, I don't send nudes. If we ain't married, then I ain't sending you shit. Like I don't need your opinion on like my nakedness.
Facts. Facts. And that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't care what nobody says. If you're doing something else, you sharing what's supposed to be for somebody else with everybody else. And the internet is forever. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into our next topic of discussion. Uh oh yeah, this one. So, Roy, would you like to take the lead on this one? Talking about that good old ticket talk.
Oh shit, that was some bullshit. Okay, so I can take the lead on this one. So I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to TikTok. I want to say for me, it's been like the last week, but the videos date back to like February. But the trend is that you are posting a video saying how you would kill somebody on a date. And like everybody's been up in an uproar. The women of TikTok are really upset because they're talking about like femicide and how men are justifying women's fears of having some type of domestic violence done to them while they're on a date or in any type of situation with somebody that they're romantically involved with. But on the flip side of that, I've seen women doing it too. So everybody is doing this trend.
Oh,
And
I guess I'll put these away.
and I mean, and I will say this, because you guys know my story, but everybody else doesn't know. I am a survivor of domestic abuse myself. Okay. So I was particularly offended by this trend because it's not a joke. It's not a joke. There are people literally out here who are losing their lives. And for somebody to find it funny, I think you have to be seriously demented. And yes, it's disproportionate on the women's side. It is disproportionate on the women's side. We are usually the people who have to deal with domestic violence because men are usually stronger than us, bigger than us. They can overpower us. But men also face this too. It's a very real fear for a lot of people. And to make a joke out of something like this is just horrifying to me.
Shorty's was buku specific. Like she's planning that and come carnival season. Where she's like, imagine if we're like in one of those shooting like rider games, and then I unbuckle your seatbelt right before we get in the air, and then you fly higher than me, and you fall to your death, and then there's blood splattered everywhere. Like hers was like crazy specific. So I don't know. Hers was like getting back at what men had said or whatever. But not beating your ass mercilessly till you die.
Yo, these joints are
these are things that I don't get. Okay, not every trend needs to be a trend. Let's start there. Like, so just because you see someone doing something is not everybody, monkey see, monkey sue, monkey do. You don't have to do everything a person does. So just because you see something being a trend doesn't mean you necessarily have to hop on a trend. Like there's a bunch of dance. I would love to dance, like to get into it. But it's been about 10 years since I professionally danced. My body don't move like that no more. Like, um, I decide not to get on it. Now, the ones that I can, I do. And I think I try to do my best version of it that I possibly can. But something like this, where where in your mind you look at that and you read it and you go, like nothing about this goes, because there are a bunch of people missing or found or realized who have done these. You know what I'm saying? We all know about that story. That 15, 20 years ago, the girl who went to, I think, Jamaica with her boyfriend or something like that, and they never found her, right? Then you have the recent story where this girl met up with a dude. They went on a date. They went on a hike. She was tired. He kept going, and then she ends up dead. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you have we were on a hike, and somebody said how they fell off the cliff. We don't know how that happened. It's so crazy. It's these things that are happening, have happened. This is something that is holding true in a lot of people's lives. Like, like a girl here. There's two girls actually in Massachusetts. One just happened last year, where she was found in like the Charles River with a guy in the truck or whatever. We don't know what happened, but she went on a date with somebody. We don't know what happened, but or the girl who left out of the venue nightclub and the dude kind of took her, did something to her, put her in the car, brought her into an apartment, and next thing you know, they found him luckily on the highway while she was in a suitcase. So it's these things that this stuff happens. So to joke about things like this that have happened to families, and to think about the people who are looking at these videos and have that memory or that tragedy of like getting that phone call or the searches to look for these family members in hopes that they're alive or they find a body or something to have some form of closure, and you're making a joke out of it, is pretty sickening. Like I said, you don't have to ride every single trend train. And even if you think it's a joke, we all say like, oh, I would fucking die. Like, oh my goodness, I'm going to kill you. Like, we all know and we hope that in forms that it's comedy when you're saying that to somebody or you're saying that about yourself, obviously. But when we're talking about things that are specific, and even you seeing some of them were very basic. Imagine we went on a hike and he fell off the cliff and died. Okay, regular stuff, whatever. But then there was some that was very specific, almost like premeditated, almost in a way. And it's have to get that detail. You don't have to get easy. And it's like, where are you in your mind that you think this is it? Where I'm gonna press post, like and just like Royal said, there are some people out there who have been survivors of DV, and you don't want to accidentally trigger anyone and you don't wanna make fun of a situation where you don't know a close friend of yours probably went through it and never told you or never said anything about it.
Right.
And they see you posting that, and it's just like, how could you be such an a-hole about it? So we just gotta be careful about the things that we post online and make sure that they're not perceived in the wrong lighting. And if you are putting it out there and you're not realizing how much of an effect it is, once you realize it is, take it down, do an apology. You don't have to do an apology thing. Just take it down. Just take it
Right.
down. Just
Right.
delete it.
Facts. Yeah. I agree with you guys wholeheartedly. I don't think that I can't add anything to it because you've said it all. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Like, I wanted to show every face to be found. Originally, I will be honest. At first, I was a little upset because it was a whole bunch of, I hate it when it's a whole bunch when a backlash something like this, it turns into all men. I
Mhm.
hate that. That triggers me because it's like, God damn it, I'm not like that. It's like stop clump. Like I'm tired of walking down the street and somebody clutching their purse or somebody be concerned because I'm black, I'm big, I'm intimidating, I'm a man. Like all those reasons. And it's like, damn it, I've never hurt a woman a day in my life. I ain't never punched one, I ain't never kicked one, I ain't never spit on one. No, I'm not gonna do that shit. Maybe when I was like 5. But like
Mhm.
I don't do shit like that. And I abhor anything like that. Any like Corey said in the comments, I'm gonna start an ass kicking trend. Facts. Like
Mm.
this shit is ridiculous. But when I was aware of what was going on as it started to happen. I'm watching and I'm watching. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I block like maybe 15 people just because they made that fucking comment or that content. And then I started seeing women doing it. It's like, yo, we're all fucking crazy. But one thing I did notice is that these are all younger people. Yeah, I'm talking like an old fuddy duddy. I'm 37, don't give a fuck. But these are all what are they? The
They
Generation
put Gen
Z?
Z. Yeah.
Gotta sound old when I said that, but fuck it. It's all young ass kids is doing this shit. And I don't think they have the intention of doing anything bad. Besides making the content. I don't think they're really going to go through these motions. I can't say for sure that they're all kids, but
Mhm.
it seems like it's a kid trend. Like I pray I don't have to go to Lil Trey's page and be like, son, we got to go outside and talk. Like, have you
So
lost your mind?
right. So I
So,
will say this, I did have a conversation with your nieces about it.
mhm,
And so initially they thought, oh, it's just, a funny trend, ha ha ha. And I was like, okay, well, ha ha, your mother has gone through that, like
mm,
something like that. And then it made them stop and think like, oh yeah, this is something that has really happened. So I don't know, like, if it's another thing where it's just like, oh, it's just funny, we're really not going to do this to anybody. But it's like, okay, but there are people out here who this has happened to, and I don't
mhm,
realize the severity of the subject. At least I'm trying to, give them the benefit of the doubt or whatever, because otherwise then you just fucking stupid. You know what I mean? You stupid, you don't have
mhm.
any empathy. And honestly, I've seen that a lot in this generation anyway. They don't really have a lot of empathy.
I mean,
Um,
they're disconnected from each other. They don't talk anymore. They don't do things like this. And when they do, it's about the most ratchet shit in the world.
right.
Yes, we're talking on a sex and relationship podcast, but at least we try to have some type of filling conversations. But they don't. It's God. I hate that I'm turning into this guy. It's all this, and it's all video games, same motion. But it's
Mhm.
all the same thing. They don't communicate like they should. They don't talk. They don't hang well, they can't hang out now and see people in real life.
Right.
So they're only close to the people that they live with or their immediate close friends and families. So they're not gonna be able to build empathy. It's like we're raising a generation of and no offense to people who are homeschooled, but some people who are homeschooled, they can grow up and be a little socially awkward because they're not used to the social interactions you get from being around people 24/7 and going out to the mall, going out to the movies. They don't usually have those interactions because they're at home. So
Mhm.
when they grow up and they get into real social situations, it's a culture shock. Like what the fuck? They don't even know to shake people's hands when they greet them. Like I know people personally like that who had to go through that all through their lives until their mid 30s, early 40s. Um,
It
so
I will say
it's really influential.
it's not even that, um, because I was just literally arguing with somebody for them not to homeschool their children because 'cause they're not a very intelligent person to do that, but I will say that in the realm of there's not exposure of different walks of life to some of these younger people, and that's good. I'm not saying that they should know about domestic violence and should know about abuse and all this other like they I don't want them to have to know about that
Mm,
because that means that something has happened or there's been a tarnishment or they know somebody that this happened to or whatever. So like that, like I understand, but you need to also be teaching people, even people who might not know of anything, even if you're older, you need to start telling people like these are signs to recognize and look at and be aware of. Like, teach kids like, as they're growing up, like, this person's supposed to be nice to this person. No one's ever supposed to put their hands on each other. There's not supposed to be any concrete like verbal abuse. Teach them the difference between an argument to
mm,
being verbally abused.
Right.
mm,
Teach them the difference between um just saying no and to literally I don't consent to that. There's a difference like no, I don't want you to have the piece of candy. And you're like, well, I didn't give you consent. Like there's two like
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
forms of that. So we have to teach them the differences between that. And I think because it seems like they're trying to shelter as much as possible because the people who will have children now, the generation beforehand, who are still having children at this moment in time, they're trying to not let the generational trauma from beforehand affect them. They don't want them to have that. So they want them to be as knowledgeable as they were growing up. And it's like,
mm,
as much as you want that, you can't. You have to let
Mhm.
them know something so that way they're more aware of what's going on, what's happening. They need to know what's something that can make them feel uncomfortable. I don't want them to get into a situation and then feel uncomfortable and then they have that fight or flight situation and not know what to do. I want you
Right.
to know what to do in that type of situation. I need you to be uncomfortable with me so that way when you're out there in the world, you can comfortably get home. Like,
Mhm.
so it's one of those things where we start showing people this is what it is. And I think this is the literal product of not doing that and making everything as light and hearted as you can because you don't want your kids to suffer the same way that you ever went through trauma or anything. You just knew stuff way too early than you were supposed to. And I think a lot of us can say
Mhm.
that. We knew a lot of stuff we weren't supposed to know at certain ages.
mm,
And
I
because of that, we're trying to protect our kids and let them be kids as long as they like my sister, for example, my nephew, he just turned 12 in January. And over, I think in like December or something like that, we were talking about Santa. I was like, oh, well, you're going to buy AJ stuff or whatever. She's like, sometimes Santa. And I was like, Santa?
Not at 12.
And I was just like, girl, you still got this boy believing that Santa exists?
Not at
Like, what
12.
did, and she's just like, well, we don't want to ruin. I said, she was like, you believe in Santa. I said, I don't remember, me personally, don't remember a time that Santa was a thing. I don't remember. So if I don't remember going, oh, Santa brought me this, that means I knew Santa didn't exist well before the age that children aren't supposed to believe in Santa anymore, right?
Mm.
And that could have been just me being nosy. It could have been anything. Supposedly, I ruined my cousin's life because I told her, "Yo, Santa ain't exist, bruh." At 5 years old, I was just like, "Yo, Santa ain't real, bruh. Sorry, sorry to break it to you. Don't know what to
Mhm.
tell you." Um, but I think in that realm, because just a realist on certain things. But I'm like, why are you trying to keep him so covered like, but I understand after our conversations,
mm,
after our talks and everything of her childhood, my childhood, I get it now why she's trying to keep him so covered, but it's like at a certain point you can't do that because that makes them stay in a child's mind state and not let them
mm,
have a little bit of adolescence, like, getting older to be more aware of certain things in the
You
world.
have to be able to have those difficult conversations, and I think we've had we've talked about this before, I think.
Mhm.
But it's like as a parent, you are supposed to be having these uncomfortable conversations with your children, and it's not just the ones where you're trying to be preemptive and trying to just give them an education on what these triggering things may be, but also if something triggering happens, you should be able to talk them through it. Like a friend of mine had a situation happen where there was an instance of like some type of relationship between her child and another little girl and they're
Mhm.
young, you know what I mean, like elementary school kids, and initially, she was all up in arms. She didn't email the teacher, and she's like, well, they shouldn't have any type of conversation like this, and what is going on in this classroom? And I was like, okay, back up, because these kids probably don't even know what the hell they're talking about.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You have to bring your emotions out of the conversation and be able to have a one-on-one with this child. And you can put it at a second grader level. You don't have to talk to your kid like they're your equal, but you
Mhm.
can explain certain things to them and ask them probing questions. Why do you think you feel this way? Why do you know what I'm saying? Like, what does this really mean to you? Do you know what this means? You know what I
Or
mean?
where did you get it from? Where did you see this
Right,
at?
where did
You
you
know?
hear it? You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to have conversations like that, because if you don't, you are definitely setting your kids up for failure. And you are, you know what I'm saying, basically putting them into situations like this where they're putting things out on the internet that they shouldn't be putting out there. So, I mean, it's just like we have to be responsible. Like, we talking a lot about this generation, but in our generation, because the millennials are usually it's Gen X and millennials, we are the parents of Generation Z. So we have to be responsible as well. And we have to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, so our kids ain't doing a bunch of stupid shit.
Mhm.
Hmm. Well, let's hope for the better future. Let's hope that things, because I have faith that even though those that are younger, we were ratchet and bouncing off the walls at 1.2, and people probably were saying the same shit. They just didn't have a platform to do so about
Probably.
our generation. So, but over time and through experiences, we learn and we grow and we change as time goes on. So I do have hope that they will
It'll get
that
better.
yeah, it'll get better. They'll be at that point. So I really don't know. I just hope that things do change. So, as we close out the show for our last 20-minute stretch, let's talk about something little bit more lighthearted.
On
Let's
a
change
lighter
things
note.
up. Let's make things a little brighter. On a lighter note, yes. So, I stumbled across in my YouTube searches I don't know if you remember a couple weeks back, and we were talking. We're not going to say the podcast that it was on, but a couple of weeks back, we were talking about that podcast and their delusional calculator for women. And someone in the comments eventually said, "Hey, you guys need one. You guys need to have one. You guys should have one." And guess what? We found one. I found it, and I dropped it into the Discord. So, of course, join the Discord if you want to go take it. There's now a male delusional calculator. Now, I want to ask you to. Oh, wait.
Oh,
Did we lose it? What happened?
hello.
Jace? Okay.
Okay,
All right. Okay. Well, it's just me and you for right now.
that's us.
I didn't know we could do that. I gotta go back from two. We'll be right back after these
Right.
messages. I'm just
Yeah.
playing. Just playing. Do you remember what your score was when you selected your ideal male? Do you remember if you how many cat bags you got? Uh
want to
what
say I had
percentage you fell into?
I want to say I had at least two, and that was me having to like drop my criteria all the way, all the way, all the way down. Like, I couldn't
Hmm.
have a man on the same financial level as me. I had to open it up to every race, and even look at married men too. Like, I literally had to blow my stuff wide open.
Yeah, because you outnumber us. Um
But that's why
I
we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk
We're
about
gonna
it
talk
because
about it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
I did the female, I did the male version of it. So I actually got basically as it breaks down, I got 17% on my selection. It's reversed now because we're on live. And I got one red pill. And it's considered me
What was your
easy to please.
criteria?
So my criteria was not married, any amount of
Hmm.
children, even though really my limit is two, but they don't give me the option for that.
Hmm.
Any race, I'm not really picky about race. Pro black, yes, but if you know an Asian girl or Latino or white want to talk to me and I find them attractive, sure. Height between 4'11" and 5'8". Not overweight, and any income because I don't care about the income. So I got the 17%. But what I did is that I wanted to see where I fell on the male delusional calculator, what percentage I would fall under. So I took that one as well, and I put in my parameters. I'm not married. I'm black. I'm 5'11". I'm obese by all standards, and I make about 45 a year. So I fall into the 7% range of selection. And
Hmm.
under the aspiring cat lady selection, I would be what they would be looking for technically. So
Hmm.
I was just curious if you guys had decided to do the same with the male delusional calculator for your end?
So I didn't put my parameters in, I don't think.
Mhm.
But I did want to look and see, what the differences may be if I, switch the criteria up a little bit.
Okay.
And I think I was just going off of like a base model, but what I did was like I put in not married, no children, because I know a lot of people are looking for people with no kids.
Under
And
the
this
male or female?
this was under the male one, the male delusional calculator. So the
Okay.
one where you looking for a woman, whichever one that is.
Okay. So
So
you said, I'm gonna refresh it. So you said, what's the age? The first that question is what the age?
I put what did I put? No, 18, no, not 18, 25 to 37.
About
I had to correct
to
myself
say,
real
oh,
fast.
hold up,
25 to
you
37.
robbing cradles over there, Judge?
No, no, no.
You excluded married, you excluded
I excluded
mothers.
I excluded children, so no mothers.
Okay.
And I did it for Black women specifically, for those who just want to date Black women.
Okay.
And for the height, I did between 4'11" and 5'8",
Okay.
not overweight and any income.
Okay. So excluding overweight, excluding obese, and any income. Let's see what it shows us. We got a grand total of. I wish we had a drum roll effect. Damn. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ideal woman. She is 0.7%. God
Zero.
damn.
0.7%.
Four red pills. Hobby enthusiast. God damn, dude.
Damn.
Dudes, that's like that.
Honestly, that seemed like to me, not necessarily, I'm not gonna say all men, but it
Mhm.
seems like a lot of men look for this type of person. Somebody that's not married, of course, because nobody wants to date a married person unless
Mhm.
polyamorous, and that's another whole nother conversation.
Mhm.
But not married, no children, Black women, if you want to date only Black, no matter how much money you want, but you want
But
somebody that's on
see,
the same side.
that's the thing. That's the thing about a lot of people got caught up on with these calculators. You don't
Hmm.
factor in the fact this is the American population. It's not
Right.
just we're not just doing this for black to black or white to. This is the American. We are still very much so a minority. And
We
when you
are.
select it, when you trim it down to just black,
Hmm.
you get 0 point whatever percent in that parameter. But if we change
Hmm.
it and we add
Any race,
any
I was going to
race,
say that too.
it
Any
shit
race.
shoots up.
Mhm.
I'm loading it now. I'm bet it's going to
Go
shoot all the
ahead.
way up. Yep, you went up to a
6%.
whole
Yep,
6%.
6%.
So
Hmm.
like open your like and I used to be the gung ho, I'm gonna be pro black and I'm gonna find my black queen. If y'all
Hmm.
asses don't want me, it is what it is.
And you can
So I'm gonna be
if you
open
choose
up
to
to
date
it.
outside your race, you can date outside your race. It's
Yeah.
just that the difference was that the parameters, once you change up stuff a little bit, your numbers are definitely going to change,
Yeah.
specifically if you're looking for Black women only and your criteria is a little strict. But I mean,
Mhm.
it is what
Big facts.
it is what it is. I mean, you were at 17%, um,
Mhm.
which is, I mean, I think that's a good thing. You got a 1 out of 5, and I'm surprised because you've been red pilling it for a little bit. So, purple pill,
Well, I'm still like
purple
there,
pill.
but that's what I've always said. I've never been so far left with it. I have there are things I agree with. There are things
Hmm.
I believe, like body count fucking matters. Like certain stuff like that does matter to me.
Hmm.
That didn't fall into the test. But I'm never gonna be flat out. I'm gung ho. If I meet somebody and she tickles my fucking fancy, I'm gonna go with it. Like that's who I'm gonna go with. She can't be married. Can't do that. But she could have kids. My max is 2. I'm not dealing with your whole plethora of children. That's
Yeah.
just my personal prerogative.
I think that
Um
with any of these, sorry, I mean, I can't cut you off, but I think the thing with
mhm,
any of these calculators is that it's not really giving you your specifics. You know what I mean?
mhm,
Like while you're at 17, it says, any amount of children, but if you put only 2 kids and, the body
yeah.
count thing, and if you put all of that in,
Oh no,
then
body count. My shit's gonna be non-existent because
I'm about
every
to
woman is out here
it'll
fucking.
probably
Like
drop your numbers to like exactly non-existent. And I'm just like, if it was specific, it'll probably be really low for a lot of people. And this to me is just like these calculators is just like broad, generalizations of data. It's like, okay, well, let's knock out these few things and see what it is, what dating pool you can actually be in. You know what I mean? It's not.
mhm,
But, I mean, that's the only way that you could possibly do, because if we were like, that would have to get down into, like, real, like, census data research, to be able to get those type of percentages. and we're just like some goofballs taking a test just to see if what our
Yeah.
chances are, you know? So I don't
Right.
think that the only ones making these to have like real scientific data, you know, and calculations behind it about the population. I think they're just taking it as like, well, there's 1 billion men to 2 billion women. Okay, cool. That's a probability. And how many that they could
What's
possibly
the
have
percent?
children. Okay, that's is a possibility. Like, you know what I'm saying? They probably could have did it
Mhm.
like who has had children in the past 2 years. And
Right.
then
Mhm.
that was part of that calculation, not like, you know, women getting married and stuff like that, or, you know, just different things like that. So we don't know how they might have gathered their data thus far. They probably just got it from another place that they're from another place that gathered that same data. So it's all watered down data that they probably put together just to get us some type of percentages to
Mhm.
have
Well,
some hope.
they got the stuff
Um,
from the national census though. It's
no,
not
that's what
just
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Data from data from data from data. Because
mm,
you have to get census to be put out from the government to then
yeah,
have that calculated and then, you know, all that stuff together. So
Mhm.
it's just at that point, you're just getting data that's been collected by a bunch of other people for you to try to figure it out at that time. So, I
Mhm.
mean, I feel like when it comes to men and women, I mean, nothing's really gonna show you or give you pure things of like how what's your likelihood of finding someone because you could find a dime in the dozen. You never
mhm,
know. But I mean, for when it comes with these tests, I think we have to be realistic when we're choosing what we would want in a partner, what we would need in a partner.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So and but also it comes down like I don't people at a certain income range ain't going across the country to go meet find that love. Like they not doing it. They don't have the means to do so.
Right.
It's highly unlikely. It's probable, but it's highly unlikely that it's going to happen. So that's why this is if we could take a census of just our general living area, then maybe.
Yeah, so
But
that's different.
Mhm.
If they had a section where you
mm,
chose your state, that'd be totally different. Because
mhm,
if you told me I had a bigger probability of finding somebody but a lot of people live in the West Coast versus the East Coast, then I'm already done for, and, like, you
Right.
know, at that
yeah,
point.
yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. But before you took your bathroom break that I didn't know we were allowed to do, uh, I wanted
I
to
didn't know
ask
we
you
were gonna say
guys.
that out loud either, but go ahead.
Well, she said it first.
No, no one said it. No one said it but
Royal
you,
said it.
Trey.
I didn't
Nope,
say
you
it.
didn't.
Royal's the
You did
one that
not.
told me. Royal's
Habducer.
watch the tape back. Oh,
We
he
can
said it.
Habducer told
ain't
you.
nothing Habducer
Habducer
said.
told
Damn it,
Habducer said
my
it.
bad. But no, we
Mhm.
okay. My bad. I'm sorry. My bad. I, my bad. Okay. What I wanted you guys to do, because I don't know if you heard that part, but I said that I wanted to see where I fell on the woman's calculator, and I wanted to see if you guys would do the same, see what percentages you fell into. Would you get game to try that out? See how that works out for you?
To see
On
what
the
percentages I fell
what?
into. Like if
So
somebody
you're gonna go to the male delusional calculator and see where you would fall under their parameters, like
I'm
what
doing it
percentage
right
you
now.
would fall.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
Did you put it in the links?
I can.
It's in
Give me
there.
1 second.
You talking about the link is in the Discord under general.
Oh,
And for
well,
everybody here, I'll put it in the. Oh damn, I can't. It's gonna be in the Discord because I can't put it in the Facebook. I'm sorry. The damn, I haven't even been paying attention to Facebook. Does anybody say anything? Nope. um. The I'll put it in the Discord.
what do
Somebody
you
grab.
call a man with no body and just a nose? Nobody knows. Ah! Marble 5, you slay me. Genocide Circus said, I know a Native American woman who hates white people, but primarily dates white men slash women.
It's
Yeah, that's
reparations. It's
weird. That's
reparations.
weird.
He probably treats them horribly. Reparations.
Yeah, Genocide Circus says, I'll date you if you're married. It's kinky. Okay, well then.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right, so let's do this. So I am 29. Jesus, be offense. Okay, so let's see.
Not just
20.
be offense. I am 36 over here with a busted knee, and she's talking about 29. Okay. Well, all right. Okay.
I'm older than both of you. I want to hear
Um,
it. So in the general chat of the kinky link of the Discord, I did put the both links, both the male and the female, just to see. I think it'd be interesting to see where you fall, what percentage you fall in, just to see how hard it is to find you or how easy it is to find you. And
And
while they do that, my Come on, iPad. Work with me, damn it. I'm working on the shoestring budget over here. I fall under, where am I? Yep, I'm under the 7% and I would exclude race, just to give it a fair shot because we're black, so we're a minority. I would exclude race in your selection. Not married, race didn't matter. I'm 5'11", I'm obese, so any weight, and I earn 45. So you ain't got to say how much I don't care because I probably won't be working there next year. I'm going to be moving on to something different. So don't worry about where the fuck I work at either. Don't say it in the comments if you know it.
Um, so for mine, my ideal woman, which is me,
Period
is
poo.
not married. What?
I said period poo.
Peer. Which is not married, which I is not. No children, uterus used, okay? A black woman, between 5'7" and 5'9". I am 5'8" legally. Any weight because I'm a big bitch. And then earning at least $40,000 a year because
Mhm.
all right. So, according to statistical data, the probability a woman of the U.S. female population ages 28 to 33 meets your standard is 0.0735%. Less
So
than
you selected the
10,000.
race, didn't you?
Huh?
You selected the race, didn't you?
Yeah, I said I'm a black woman. Yes.
I was saying to exclude that because of the whole minority thing. So we know we are like not even a third of the American population. We're like 13%.
And
So that's
either which way, if you select a black woman, you have less than 10 in the United States meets your ideal standard. Reality prescription: 5 out of 5 red pills. You don't belong on this planet. That's crazy. I'll do a new one just for you.
okay.
Just for
Just
you.
change.
So,
Just scroll and change the race.
so
Thing.
any race. Okay, then now let's do find out.
Okay.
Okay, now it is 0.593%. Roughly 80,400 women in the United ideal standard. Out of 5 red pills, hobby enthusiasts.
Damn, you still kind of red, shorty. Oh, look at you. Look at you.
Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. I flipped it from black woman to any race, and I still got 5 out of 5 red pills.
Damn, what was your selection?
Nobody out here like me. So I put 36.
Mhm.
Because I'm doing this from a perspective of a single person, so I said exclude married.
Yeah.
And I did black woman, 5'4", because that's my height.
Mhm.
But my income kind of threw me out of there.
Oh yeah. You got
Okay.
you big spender. Okay, you ain't gotta say it. You ain't gotta say it. We know. We hip. We
so
hip.
my income
Use rare.
out of there.
Hubdusa, you got a good one. Hold on tight on me.
So because of it, I straight up got 5 out of 5 pills, and that was with black women selected only, and with any race selected. So yeah.
Okay. For entertainment purposes only. Checking out the comments on YouTube as soon as this thing loads up. Let's see. I know someone who bores men dates outside their race, but dates outside their.
I read it.
Oh, you
I
did.
read
Okay.
that.
Let's
Lillian's
see.
like the only Genocide Circus said Columbus. I don't know what Columbus means. And then Lillian said, I'm a holla at you. I'm a holla at typing in my information to the female side and seeing how this pans out.
Apparently, I'm a 1.1%. Hey, you rare. You rare. That's a good thing.
It's rare.
But I don't know if that. I don't. So Royal, did you change the race thing? You took that off and put it in any race
Yeah,
to see
she's
where you,
still 5 out of 5.
And still was zero.
It's that money. It's that money.
I don't even listen. I don't make that much, okay? In my own personal opinion, like I'm supposed to be making, like if I was working in private sector, I'd be making 6 figures. But
But guess what? That's still better than a lot of us out here. So the higher you go up in income, the less people have it.
right.
That's kind of the whole point of a capitalist society. There's the 1%, there's a couple of people in the middle, and it trickles down further, and it goes further out. So it's more of a like there's still even more people who are making $10,000 a year.
Yeah, 3 out of 5
I'm
kills.
curious. I'm about to put it in with me making what I was making when I first started dating
Uh,
Hubducer.
there
So
you
give
go.
I'm
Let's see. Let's see. Changing things up.
hold on.
Come on, people. You are sitting in the comments. Just drop your thank you, Lillian Desu. Make sure you go ahead and follow her on Twitch. Hey, guess what? No, this has nothing to do with this podcast, but while we're talking about this, I did my first Twitch stream today on Elden Ring, and I got my ass killed immediately. So,
Wow. It's okay
Yeah,
Trey
though.
Chuck
Proper on.
yeah, Big Chuck plays that game, and I think Tamani
Yeah,
does
the
too.
Hubducer.
Them
Yeah.
2 people, they are like I mean, like, when we were in our 0%,
Damn.
5 out of 5 red pills. Wow.
40,000 a year is how much I was making when I was dating Hubducer.
Damn.
That was 8 years ago. So
Damn.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. So this has been fun. We're gonna talk more about this in the what I was saying, yeah, follow her on Twitch, but also follow me on Twitch so I can actually save my recording. Apparently I can't do that until I can get
Not to get to a certain
yeah,
number.
that sucks. I don't even what's the number? How many I need?
Like 100? 50.
Oh,
50.
50. Okay. I was like, damn, 100?
50.
Damn. Okay. But anyway, make sure you follow her, follow me. And ladies, where can they follow you?
And
I
oh,
real.
my bad. Go ahead, Chase.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So you guys can follow me on Twitter and IG at Royal Rain, why can't I think? ROY4L R4YNE. And you can follow me on TikTok at Royal_KP.
You can follow me on TikTok at Chase Inc. CHAYESINC. You can also follow my backup and my Instagram, which is the same thing, Candy Taste Sweet, because it's true. You can always check me here every Sunday at 8:30 on Kinkazoid. Also, earlier in the days on Sundays, I'm on the Tap In on sparkfmonline.com from 1 to 3 p.m. with DJ Slick Vic. And then you can also catch me on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. live on TikTok with Irene, the Passion Queen, A Boogie with the hoodie, and Shea Butter 84 doing Black Girl Reacts, where we react to all of the popular TikTok videos, trends, and memes.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yes, and
they
then
have displayed a hotline number on the screen, free 24/7 confidential. National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1-800-799-7233. Hit them up if you know or you need to talk to somebody, use those numbers there and get some help. Get somebody some help and do what you got to do. It's your boy Trey Proper. Let's close this thing out. I got to go pee. I drank a whole gallon of water.
Lord have mercy.
Catch you guys later.